Today we're going to talk about DuPont connectors. Dealing with 3D printing and electronic projects in general, with Arduino as well, you will have encountered the DuPont connectors. These are tiny connectors which have a pitch of 1/10 of an inch, so 2.54 millimeters, and they are very useful to connect various devices to circuit boards. So I have learned my own way how to do the crimping of the connectors into wires, and I find this very useful, and I have used it in several projects. So this is what I'm going to walk you through right now. So here we are with all our equipment. So what we need is just a crimping tool. I got this one from Amazon. You can get the link in the description below. And you need the box of DuPont connectors. There's several mixed ones, and I got this one from Amazon. Again, it's not so expensive, and some kind of wire stripper. I'm using this one, again, link in the description. This is a fancy one, but you can use whatever, even scissors if you're up to that. But if you're using thin wires, scissors could be a problem. So the first thing to do is to strip a bit of wire. Don't exaggerate, it has just to be a few millimeters, because this is where the wire is going to go. So it's a fairly small bit of metal, and the crimp here is made in two parts. There is a first one with a couple of tips, and then a second one. The first one is meant to grip on the wire sheath, while the second one is meant to grip on the wire itself. So you need to put it like this, so that the plastic cover of the wire is held in place by the first pair of clamps. So my suggestion here is to, now I have a guest. My suggestion here is that you take this, and yeah, it can be counterintuitive, but the open part of the connector goes face down towards the opening, because that's where the crimp is going to happen. So what I suggest to do is just make sure that it is sitting out with the closed part of the crimp, because you don't want to damage that. And then this one is self-locking, so you just have to go a bit, tighten it a bit so that it holds it in place. Because otherwise you will need 3 ends, which I'm not capable of doing 3-ended things. So you just click it a bit to make sure that it just sits in there and it's a bit tight. So what you do next is you grab your piece of wire, and then you stick it from the other side. And of course you have to make sure that it goes all the way down, and also the plastic cover gets into place. So when you see the wire coming up a bit, there you go. And then you just crimp it like this, and you are done. Then you have a solid crimp, and your wire is not going to come off. So what you're going to do next is, according to your project, you're going to grab whatever connector you need. There's a 2-part, 3-part, 4 pins, 5 pins, whatever. There's double-sided ones. Some of them I'm sure I'm never going to use. So on the on the connector itself, there is a small metal tab that hooks into this hole here, and there is a bit of plastic tab here as well that keeps it in place. So it's pretty simple, because you just slide it in until you hear a click, and when it clicks, then you are done basically, and your connector is done. If you need to take it out anytime, then you just lift this plastic tab with a screwdriver or something, and then you pull on your wire and it will come out like this. And that's all you need to know about DuPont connectors. And that's it about DuPont connectors. So they're very useful, and there's actually a jungle of connectors out there, but the basics of crimping the different pins is pretty much always the same. It's also the same principles if you're going to crimp male connectors instead of a female connector that we've just crimped. I hope you enjoyed this video with this new fancy background. So I am shooting in my holiday location. This is my mountain house. So I hope you enjoy the view, and if you like what you see and you want to subscribe, that will mean a lot to me. So thank you for watching, and until next time.